Welcome back, and let's understand clustering Kmeans algorithm with an example. In this lecture, we will take some data points and then we will apply Kmeans algorithm over that data points, and we choose as per our requirement how many clusters we want to make. Like here I just want to make 3 clusters, so I define number of clusters and then apply the Kmeans algorithm, and finally our data point will be segmented into 3 clusters. Okay, so let's take an example here, and this is my Jupyter notebook. Here the first step is importing all the important data science libraries which we will need during this execution. So first I'm importing NumPy library for doing the mathematical calculations, and similarly I'm importing pandas and sklearn for taking the machine learning algorithms, and matplotlib for visualization of results. Okay, I can run this block by hitting shift enter, and the next step is we will take some data points. So here we are taking the data points in the form of x and y. Like if you want to represent a point, what you need, basically you need 2 coordinates. One is x and another one is y. So here I'm taking 2 coordinates for points. So we are taking different data points and their corresponding x and y coordinates. Or in the other language you can say x and y are the 2 features. So 2 features we are taking and we are passing this data through the data frame to convert in the form of data frame. So here df is equal to pd.dataframe, and then x is equal to, in dictionary, x is a key colon values, and similarly y is a key colon values. And now I'll run this block and I have imported my data. Actually I have taken data. You can take the data from any file also, and data can have more than 2 features also. Here I'm taking very simple example, so that's why I'm taking only the 2 features x and y. Now I have data, and this is normalized data. I don't need to do the pre-processing over this data because data in the same range. Next step is I'm taking clustering algorithm, Kmeans algorithm. I'm importing from the sklearn. So from sklearn.cluster import Kmeans. This will import Kmeans algorithm, and this data I have stored inside the df data frame. Now we are taking one more variable called the capital X. So capital X is equal to df, just assigning df to the capital X and then printing some top records, x.head. Head will give you top 5 records, so we can see the sample data. So our data is just like this. These are the top 5 data points and their x value and corresponding y value. So now we have imported data points and we have imported Kmeans algorithm. The next step is we will define centroid, like how many clusters we are going to use. It depends on our own choice. Like I just want to make 3 clusters, or I want to make 2 clusters or 4 clusters. So here I'm taking k is equal to Kmeans. This is my algorithm, and inside the algorithm I need to provide number of clusters. So n underscore clusters is equal to 3. Okay, you can change the number of clusters as per your requirement, and then we will fit our data inside the x. So km is our algorithm, km.fit x. Here we don't need to divide the data into training and testing part because Kmeans algorithm is unsupervised machine learning. In this algorithm we don't know about the output. We have only the features, we don't have labels, or you can say we don't have output idea. So according to the features we will classify the data into number of clusters. You can take the same example that I have already told you. Like I'll give you a basket of 4 types of fruits, and suppose you don't have any prior knowledge of the fruits. Then what you will do? Like in the basket you have 4 types of fruits, like 10 mangoes, 20 apple, and 50 orange, and 10 banana. So how you will cluster these fruits into 4 categories? according to their feature. You will check their feature, you will check their similar properties. K-means algorithm group the data according to the similarities of the properties. Similar thing we are doing here, we are fitting our data to K-means algorithm. And the steps we already know what steps K-means follow. It basically randomly it choose number of centroids and then it calculate the distance from each data point to centroid and it assign data point to the minimum distance centroid. And these steps will be repeated until centroid stop changing. So same thing this algorithm internally implement. You don't need to write the code separately for these steps. Now we can see the final centroid. These are algorithm have calculated. Like we can check the final centroid points km.cluster underscore centers underscore. I can run this block and you can see the output. Here I have 3 data points or you can say 3 centroids and every centroid have 2 points. It is the x and y. If you have more features in your data point, then centroid will have more coordinates. Okay. And now the next thing we can find out the labels. What is the labels algorithm assigned to the data point? You can say data points occupied their respective cluster label. Like if a data point belonging to the cluster 1, then it assigned the label 0. If data point belonging to the cluster 2, then it assigned the label 1. And if data point belonging to the cluster 3, then it assigned a label 2. So we can check the labels. These are the labels assigned to our data point. Some data point assigned the label 0, some 1 and some 2. Because we have taken only the 3 clusters. Now the next thing is we will visualize more perfectly. Like what I am doing here, I am adding one more column to the data frame. DF is a data frame that have 2 columns. One is the X, another one is the Y. Now I just want to add one more column, that is the K-mean predicted label. And I'll assign the value inside this column is equal to km.labels. And separately also I'm keeping the labels inside the labels variable. Labels is equal to km.labels underscore. And now we can check the DF, data frame. What our DF is having now? You can see the output here. DF having 3 columns. One is the X, Y and the third column is K-means predicted labels. So you can see here df.tel. Tel will show you the last 5 records. So last 5 records you can see a data point having X value 62 and Y value 65 and having the label 1. Means it assigned to the cluster 2. Similarly, 20th, 21st, 22nd and 23rd data points are assigned corresponding label. So like this, our K-means algorithm works and it assigns the cluster label to our data points. Now we will visualize the data points and cluster centroids. So you can see here, first thing what I will do here, I'll just plot all the data points. I'm removing this code. And I'm just plotting all the data points. You can see PLT, we know already matplotlib, plt.scatter and inside this the first coordinate is df of x column and second coordinate is df of y. And then this 50 represents the pixels, width of the data point. Each data point will have 50 pixels. And the fourth parameter having labels. Labels means and fourth parameter here represents color and color it will take according to the labels. Labels, the data point having the same label will assign the same color. So you can see our data points assign 3 colors. So we know already we have divided our data into 3 clusters. Now we will plot the centroid. You know where is our centroids? Our centroid is inside km.cluster underscore centers underscore. So we will write a loop for I in km.cluster underscore centers. And then here we are plotting the centers plt.scatter I of 0, I of 1, first coordinate and then second coordinate, and the size of the point we are taking the larger than the data point, it is 200 pixels, and the marker also we have changed star. Now I can run this block and you can see the output. Like here, these are my centroids. I have not provided any color, so it will take randomly. So basically, fourth centroid, second centroid, and third centroid. These are the final centroids. So like this, we can implement K-means algorithm to our different data sets. Make a practice of different data sets over the different data sets for the K-means algorithm. This is the example of unsupervised machine learning. And I'll provide an assignment. So practice over that assignment and clear your concepts.